Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Story Time! This time we have several more people than we did last time, although we missed one guy, but, Ethan the Renegade is back, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ethan the Renegade, host of CKDU 88.1 FM's Drag the Waters, voice of the industrial metal band The Unchained, and it is 2 in the morning, so I have to try and keep my voice down.
Yeah, it's kind of late for all of us, and I'm going to have to keep closing notifications. Okay, alright, so we have Ethan the Renegade back from several other things he's been on with us in this channel. Fibbage, Cards Against Humanity, the last story time we did.
Someday I'll be able to provide my own content. Someday.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna have the link for everybody's channels over their names, so if you're interested in checking out any of these amazing people's channels, you can just click on their names and follow the link. And Sora Avalon is also back from us. She was with us with Fibbage, Cards Against Humanity. She did the Crooked Man with me, and, you know, several other things, so she's back with us as well. Say hi. And actually, unfortunately, Andy2Play was not able to stay with us tonight, but I'll still have his link on his name there. But he will join us the next time we decide to do another story time or several other things we have planned that hopefully doesn't go awry. And also we have TheShyGhost, who was also in the last Cards Against Humanity we played.
It is about 6 in the morning and I'm sleepy.
Sorry.
Gosh.
If you can see the Skype thing, her name is Ellie up on the Skype thing. So.
Time zones.
Yeah.
Kill me.
I agree. And, last but not least, Electric Wolf is back with us from Cards Against Humanity as well.
Hello everybody, Electric Wolf here.
It is a segment called Storytime. I guess I will actually create a playlist folder for it, because we might do it a couple more times. Who knows? We actually had 3 of this recorded, three more of it recorded, with me, Sora Avalon, and Ethan the Renegade. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use those. But if you remember, the last time we did this was, the Christmas special, how we helped Peter kill Santa. So if you haven't watched that, if you're interested, you can go and check that out. But most of you probably know how this game is played. Someone starts the story, and then it goes around everyone else. They say a sentence or whatever else they can come up with, and pretty much you create an abomination of a story. The topic will be, we're at the movie theater, and, you know, we're not saying, like, any specific movie out there, but we might end up inside of any of these certain movies where cliche certain movie things happen. Right, we're somehow, magically, we're all at the movies together. Oh, I actually have an idea now. I could use, one of the things I tried to do in a story once. Okay, so, we're at a movie theater together, and we're not going to see any specific movie in particular. We're actually there to, we're there pretty much to mock movies. Like, we're going to see terrible cliche movies, and we sit down and we make fun of them. Okay, so we're at the movie theater together. We're all there, and we're all there to see, like, all these different cliche, terrible movies. Like, we might go to see a Western one, and then a detective one, and then, you know, all these different types. And so we're there to make fun of movies. And we go into the first movie all together, and we sit down in the back row. That way, you know, if anybody's there to watch one of these terrible movies to just watch it, we don't, you know, interrupt them or, you know, mess with them. So we're just there in the back row, we've all got our snacks, we're all waiting for the movie to start. And then, me, Ellie, and Britt get up to go to the bathroom, and Electric Wolf and Renegade are left because they're saving our seats, but we had to go to the bathroom before the movie starts, because it's always a good idea to do that. That way you don't get up and get in front of somebody while they're trying to watch the movie. Because you have to pee!
This is a pretty good date so far.
Well, it's about to get a little bit more strange. Anyway, so me, Ellie, and Britt are in the bathroom, and, and Ellie and Britt are actually needed to use the bathroom, and I'm just there washing my hands, because I wash my hands whenever I go into a bathroom. Doesn't matter if I'm doing anything or not, I always wash my hands. Wash my hands a lot. Anyway, okay, so, and all of a sudden I look in the mirror, and there is the main host from the old host from the classic black and white Twilight Zone is there in the mirror looking at me. Rod Serling is there looking at me in the mirror. Like I said, he's in black and white and he's dead, and he's got this evil freaking grin on his face, and he tries to pull me into the mirror, but it doesn't work. Instead, I actually push out because I've got my hands on the freaking bit, the bit where the sink is, and I push back out, and he gets pulled through, but he's not a person whenever he gets pulled through. He's actually this really weird gun-looking device. And I'm just like, oh, this is one of the weirdest experiences of, not the weirdest, but it's close up there. Anyway, one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I'm going to take this device and put it in my pocket, and we go back. Britt and Ellie are done using the bathroom, and we go back out, and we go to the theater, and I'm sitting down, probably between, I don't know who I'm sitting with. I mean, I'm sitting with the group, but I don't know who I'm sitting between. Anyway, so I pull out this weird thing out of my pocket, and I'm looking at it, and I accidentally pull a weird trigger on it, and like it hits the movie screen, and the next thing I know, all of us together are in whatever movie we went to go see. Who's next?
My creative juices.
We are transported, and all we see is just a gray sky, and it's dark, and then suddenly, from the clouds in the sky, Cthulhu comes down from above.
Really? Really? You're gonna have us deal with Cthulhu? Not aliens or something like that?
Wait.
All hail Cthulhu, praise be unto he.
Just to recap, we went to the theatre. Rob Sterling tried to pull you through a mirror, which didn't work, and you pulled him through a mirror, which kind of turned him into a device, which kind of put us into a movie.
Yep.
And basically, Cthulhu dropped from the sky.
I don't even know how I'm gonna work with this, but let's see what happens.
Hold on.
As Cthulhu drops from the sky, behind us, his opponent drops from the sky. Godzilla, with wings and 2 extra heads, and King Kong's arms, actually.
What if Godzilla is angry because Cthulhu took all of his cookies with all of his tentacles?
Hey, if you want to go that route, you are more... Go ahead.
It makes no sense.
More than welcome to take that route. I want freaking cowboys to show up, too, for some freaking reason. I don't know why.
Wait, I got it. Godzilla basically gives a thunderous roar, steps forward, and his eyes start to glow. And he basically picks up a tree next to us and throws it, all yelling, "Put that cookie down!" And he turns, his voice just morphs into Arnold
Schwarzenegger. Godzilla with Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Oh my god.
And he's incredibly angry because Cthulhu just took all of his cookies. And they stand there in like a cowboy standoff kind of thing. A tumbleweed literally just goes past us. We all just kind of look at each other like...
Is it like
oh
a 20-foot
yeah,
tall
50
tumbleweed
foot.
that just kind of like knocks everything down?
A 50-foot tumbleweed just, stumbles on past.
Holy crap.
And it's destroying
and then
there's
like,
keep it to scale.
As it goes by.
A burst of lightning exploded onto the tumbleweed. And it explodes. And suddenly it's raining.
And then the tumbleweed squished Ellie and she died.
No! Okay, hold on. Sora, your turn.
Okay. After the tumbleweed crushes Ellie to death, I'm wondering, why the heck aren't we, like, taking shelter? Because we're just standing
We're just watching Godzilla and Cthulhu freaking fight over cookies. Jesus Christ. I didn't even think about that.
I'm just imagining that tumbleweed that crushed Ellie got struck by lightning and is currently on fire.
Oh my
So we have Cthulhu, we have Godzilla, the mutant Godzilla, and now we got a flaming tumbleweed.
That's 50
So-
foot
That killed one
tall.
of us.
Sora's over here like she's turned to all of us after us watching freaking Ellie get killed by a giant flaming tumbleweed. She turns to us and she's like, guys, why are we not taking shelter? Why are we just standing here? And I'm just like, you've got a good point. And then we all start running. Out in the middle of this giant freaking desert that looks like Texas, we just start running for the next biggest mountain place we freaking see, and we're running for a while, and then the next thing we know, we run into a group of, I'm thinking cowboys or Indians. I'm trying to think which one would be better.
Oh,
I was actually thinking both, but that wouldn't be a good idea. That wouldn't
cowboys
be
and
period accurate.
spaceships.
Spaceships? Really?
Cowboys in
cowboy.
spaceships.
So we're running, and we run away from the giant Cthulhu and the Godzilla and the giant tumbleweed, and then we run into a group of cowboys who may or may not be with bounty hunters looking for someone that might look like one of us as an outlaw. So
It's me. It's totally me.
I was thinking you, actually, because I don't know if I could get away, me or Britt could get away with looking like an outlaw, and I don't know if Electric Wolf would be okay with being an outlaw, so, or being
I'm always
assumed
okay
as an
with being
outlaw.
evil.
So,
Yeah, Renegade can be the outlaw.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on, I'm bald. I have a long chin beard.
okay, so we went into a group of cowboys who were bounty hunters, and they're looking for an outlaw that just happens to look almost exactly like Ethan, except a bit taller, but you know, they kind of dismiss him not being quite as tall as he's
The
supposed to
worst
be.
part about my doppelganger, that motherfucker has hair.
I was gonna
And
say
he's taller
taller.
than you.
Alright, so taller and hair, but they dismissed both of those, thinking that perhaps he shaved all of his hair off to disguise
And
himself?
then it made him seem a little short. Yeah, it made him seem a little shorter because there was just so much hair.
His freaking doppelganger has long, wavy, luscious red hair. Oh
It was
god.
shaved all off in a desperate attempt.
to flee the law. Okay, so who wants to
Yes.
take it from there?
Since
Alright,
they're after me, I guess I'll take it. So, these space cowboys descend, despite the fact that Cthulhu and Godzilla are fighting over a cookie in the background, and they whip out their space revolvers, and they say, "You," and I say, "Me," with a question mark at the end.
Me?
Me
You,
with the question mark at
me.
the end.
You, me, you.
Me?
Okay, are you gonna say
You.
anything other than you, or
Nope.
who talks
You.
first? Do you talk first, or do I talk first?
Wow.
You're under arrest.
So, I add some spice.
You mean like a giant cookie flying and crushing their spaceship?
Why do they have a
then-
spaceship? They're cowboys.
They're
Space
space
cowboys.
cowboys.
Well, he said space
Really?
cowboys.
We're still gonna go. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Giant cookie crushes their spaceship. Okay, they're still on horses though, animatronic horses, which actually makes them seem
Yeah.
quite terrifying. Actually, okay. I'm just imagining someone turning this
Five
into an
times it's
animation
space
and
animatronic.
being angry at us, like, make up your mind! And just scribbling it out and then drawing them back in as animatronic horses.
I am actually so tired that none of this makes sense.
It doesn't make sense,
Like,
even if you
no-
weren't
nothing
tired.
that I've
Considering the situation that we're all in, I looked at Jamie like, all right, what happened? And
Yeah, it's. What did you do this time? It's happened so many times for us. You just have to. At this point, everyone knows it's most likely my fault because 99% of the time it is.
So I go up to the space cowboys. I'm like, okay, so whether or not Renegade has done something bad, think we've got some bigger problems at hand, and they point to Cthulhu and
The giant mutated Godzilla.
Godzilla right now running towards us, each fighting for the giant, like fighting each other, trying to get to the cookie first.
they have Cthulhu and mutant Godzilla charging towards us, beating the shit out of each other as they race towards the cookie. But
Yes.
still...
And I'm trying to talk to the space cowboys about, like, not killing us right now.
And Britt has turned to me, glaring at me like, what have you done now? You've definitely had something to do with this. And I'm like, I got my hands in my pockets, and I pull out the thing that got us here to begin with, this weird gun-looking thing, and I'm like, okay, it's not my fault. Rod Serling tried to kill me earlier from a mirror. He tried to eat my face, and this is what happened. And Britt's just like, well, weirder things have gotten you to enter us into stranger situations, I suppose. And I'm just like, wait, maybe the thing that got us into this situation can get us out of this situation. And before Britt can utter, wait, no, that's probably not a good idea. It's like, we should think about this. I've already used the gun thing, and I've shot it, and we go through a completely different portal, landing us smack dab in the middle of a strange comic book looking city.
Question. What is in the comic book city? Like, did we still have the space cowboys to deal with?
No, we're the only ones that went through the portal.
Oh, thank God.
Because, like, it's only affecting us because we're the ones that went through the portal to begin with, and it affected you guys other than just me because it has, like, a radius thing going on. So
is I assume TheShyGhost's body still just in the other movie after being crushed by the tumbleweed?
Yep, unfortunately, Ellie got left behind. Or maybe her corpse followed us.
Wait a minute.
That would be
So
weird.
we're in a comic book
A
world
corpse
now.
just randomly spawns, like, teleports into a street. How weird. Ugh.
Yeah, and then maybe we get blamed for her murder again. Or blamed for something that we didn't do. That would be funny. But yeah, Renegade, you sound like you had an idea floating around. Because, yeah, comic book world, but...
I have 5 words for you.
Oh, boy.
And if you played Fallout 4 enough, you might recognize them.
Oh, yep.
I am the Silver Shroud.
Oh, yes! Yes, please. Okay, yeah, we're doing that. Oh my god, because the Silver Shroud is so terrible. It's so terrible. Crap, I can't even remember some of the terrible lines. Hold on. I mean, okay,
I
whose
just played
turn is
that
it?
quest today.
I love that quest. I've
Stop
played that quest
peddling
like 2
poison
times.
to children, miscreant, or face the Shroud's wrath.
Okay, who's lost? Who, because of Silver Shroud, is lost? I know
Me.
Brit is. And, like,
I have,
no,
like...
nothing in Fallout 4.
Okay, so...
I know a little
basically
bit, but
imagine Batman,
I don't have the money for
except
it.
with...
Yeah, just imagine the hammiest
face.
possible Batman-type parody figure you can think of, and that's the Silver Shroud.
With a silver submachine gun.
Yeah.
He's not a puss like Batman.
So I'm thinking the Silver Shroud drops out like we're in an alleyway, and Ellie's dead body is right behind of us.
I'm the Silver Shroud.
Oh,
That's
well,
what I'm implying.
I was thinking that the Silver Shroud would come out of nowhere and see Ellie's dead body and be like, miscreants, you've murdered...
Why have you killed this lady?
Yeah, and it's just like, it's time for you to feel the burn of justice, or something like that, I don't know. And we have to deal...
I don't see a body here.
Feel the shroud
Did you
of
put that here?
justice!
It's like, who put that body there? We didn't do it!
I didn't put that body there. Did you put that body there? It wasn't here when I was here.
Yeah, and like,
put
you're
that
saying that, and we're all shaking our heads looking
I have
around.
nothing to do with this.
And the Silver Shroud is just pulling out his gun slowly, and all of us are just like, hit the deck! And we start running. Because that's the only way to deal with that, is to run.
I know.
Oh, well, apparently in a great escape, the Renegade was shot down.
Aw, dadgummit!
Like, brutally.
But we're in a comic book world, so we could fix that easily. We could bring him back to life easily with something.
Maybe. I think his body had too many bullet holes in it, and like his head just rolls off from all the bullet holes.
So, Ellie was killed, and Renegade was killed, and oh my god, this has become a death match. There's only 3 of us left! Oh, okay, so we're in a comic book style world, and we've just run away from the Silver Shroud, so we don't know what's gonna happen next, but we're like, we're running into the other parts of the city, and maybe we find an alcove, like a cafe or something, and we stop and we sit down, and Britt's just like, okay, you gotta explain what the heck is going on, and I take the thing out of my pocket, like the weird thing that's been floating us around from different places here and there, and I'm like, this thing is stupid! I don't know how to work it!
Jimmy, why the heck did you even pick it up?
I technically did
lesson from
pick it
last
up. It was trying to kill me. What was I supposed to do? Just leave it there and not
Leave
smash it later? You know me,
You could've
I can't leave stuff alone. I can't leave stuff
Jamie.
I'm
alone.
gonna be asking where the heck you got it.
It tried to strangle
Yeah.
me in a mirror as Rod Serling.
I look
In
at
the
you for a second and
bathroom?
say, Jamie, if a strange man in a mirror gives you candy, you don't take it.
Are you kidding me? If a guy in a
No.
mirror gives me candy, I'm gonna eat the crap out of that candy.
No.
It's free candy!
Okay,
Oh,
I'm on a budget!
if,
You take what's free
If
when
a
you're on a
okay,
budget.
if a strange man, and he's like 52, and he tries to offer you candy, and he's a big white van, and there's no windows in the van, do you still take the candy?
Okay, so wait. Now we've went from a mirror to a van?
No, I'm just asking.
example.
As a question, it's an example question. Would you
Well,
still take the candy?
if it was me, I'd tase him and then take the candy. Just saying.
You're hopeless. I turn around, I just pick up a mug and just throw it against the floor. You're hopeless.
This is the conversation we have in the cafe, and everyone's staring at us. Like,
Yeah.
what? Who the heck are these people? What in the world?
And I'm just holding my head in my hands like, oh god. Why?
And like you can literally see like this steam cloud above my head because we're in a cartoon world. And it's just like a steam cloud and there's a big frowny face in the steam cloud, just like
You mad, bro? You mad? You mad, bro? And I've got the freaking meme smiley face.
Jamie, you've killed two of our friends.
That's true. This is true. Oh well, more
You have
have
no
died by
remorse.
my hand before. This is not
You
the
have
first time.
literally zero remorse for the murder of your friends. So I just go over to the bar
Technicalities.
and I order like straight moonshine.
Like, you try to order alcohol, and the person's just like, "This is a cafe, sir." It's like, no, but I want alcohol. I need it right now.
Please,
This is a cafe,
I
sir.
Excuse me, but I need this moonshine. You don't understand. It's been a long day.
It's like, sir, I can't serve you what we don't have.
Okay, what's the strongest drink you do have?
Triple shot macchiato latte.
Make it a quadruple.
That might kill you, sir.
Make it a quadruple.
If you say so.
I stare at the barista dead in the eye, and I'm like, if I say make it a quadruple, make it a dang quadruple.
This is a barista that lives in a freaking comic book world. You don't think this barista has seen some crap and is more than willing to take whatever? Like, okay, sir, whatever.
What?
I'm gonna take your
Thank
money one
you.
way or another. Okay.
Thank you. So Jamie has me drinking.
Drinking extremely strong
Literally
coffee.
days after. Oh.
Oh god. Okay, so after you get back with your freaking quadruple shot macchiato latte with chocolate syrup and whipped cream and sprinkles and vanilla, and you're slowly sipping at it, pretending like it's alcohol. And the three of us are
staring
sitting
you
at the
in the eye,
table.
like-
Yeah, you're glaring. Both of you are glaring at me. And I'm like, I've got a plan. It's. I know two of us are already dead, but I've got a plan. What?
A plan will bring back our dead friends.
Oh, yeah, true. I'm just sitting there trying to be sad about it, but I'm just like, I've got a plan. I think it'll work. But it might be a bit messy. At least I have two of you left. I mean, too bad I've lost 2 friends.
This plan better involve bringing back our friends, because we can't go back to our world without them.
Well, we could, actually, but their
We could.
corpses are going to end up following us, like Elise's corpse followed us, so wherever we go next, her corpse is going to end up... Her corpse and Renegade's corpse are going to end up following us. So, but like, I've got the device in my hand. I'm thinking, a comic book world isn't very safe. So why don't we use this thing to go and travel to another world and try and find a world that's safe? Because either A, we're going to go around in circles, because I believe this is the next movie we were going to go see in that theater, so I believe that it's following the movies we were going to go see, so maybe if we go all the way around, we'll end up back in the theater. Or we just pick a world that we actually kind of like and we live there for the rest of our lives. One of the two are going to work.
Sounds like it. Sounds like a good idea. I like it.
So you finished off your drink at the cafe, and Bert's just like... We literally...
I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
I will not finish this drink for another, 2 hours. I'm like...
Well, you got your drink in your hand, and I used the gun again, and we end up in the next world. So it's kind of like a modern day movie, kind of like Percy Jackson, but darker, because there's, gods and stuff, and then there's monsters and creatures and demons, and... Yes. We end up there, and me and Britt are actually pretty comfortable in this world, and Renegade would have been too if he hadn't sadly passed on, because it seems a lot like the world we created together. And heck, we might even run into one of our own characters, but we probably won't, because, nobody would get those, freaking references at all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so... We're in a world full of monsters and gods and goddesses. Wait, no, this is perfect! I mean, if we're in a world with, magic and stuff and gods and goddesses, why don't we just find a way to, summon or talk to one of the gods and goddesses and get their opinion on what we should do to get back to our own world?
Okay. Sounds like a good plan.
Better plan than the one before. I bet I know exactly who we end up talking to. Who shows up in front of us first. Because he always sticks his nose in everything new. Can anybody guess?
Oh god. Is it who I think it is?
Maybe. But...
Can I guess?
Got no idea.
You can guess. Might not be.
Zeus?
Actually, I was gonna say Hades, but I guess we could go with Zeus.
Oh.
You say that like that's better! I was like, oh, thank God, it's Hades, not Zeus.
Oh, thankfully, it's the god of the underworld, not the god of lightning.
Well, Hades would actually be upset. It was like, okay, you're not from our world, get out. Go away, shoot. But Zeus would be like, hey guys, I want to go have a drink. Let's go have pomegranates. Not in that voice, though.
I love pomegranates.
I was about to say.
Run over by a car.
Electric Wolf gets run over by a car. We were in the middle of the road, apparently, whenever we got into this world full of gods and goddesses and stuff, and he got run over by a car, and Zeus is there, and he's just looking over at Electric Wolf's body, which is now actually next to Renegade's and Elise's that have magically appeared, and he just looks down and is like, whoa, man, that's heavy. Oh well, it looks like your friends are dead, man. Wanna go have some pomegranates? For some freaking reason, Zeus has a really David Hayter sounding voice. Anyway, so, and you're just like, no, not Electric Wolf, so many have died, and I'm over here like, can we have something other than pomegranates, Zeus? I'm not a huge fan of pomegranates, and you're just like, really? Really? You're worried about that right now? I'm just like, well, I'm just saying I don't like pomegranates. And you're like, but pomegranates are good. And then we start having a conversation about pomegranates. And then Zeus freaking snaps his fingers and we end up, I guess in Olympus. It's somewhere that's actually really nice. And somebody brings us pomegranates and Zeus is there sitting on his throne. And he's just like, so, what brings you out of dimensionals here to see our great dimension? Just passing by, just sightseers, man. Want some weed? And we're just like, It's Rod Serling's. Well, I say it. You point at me and say it's her fault. At the same exact time, I say it's Rod Serling's fault.
Alright, Zeus hands us the pomegranates and asks us, what we're doing here, like, if we're sightseeing and whatnot. I'm just like, well, I'm thinking that you just hand us the fruit. I'm like, can I have something to cut this open? Because I really want some pomegranates. But then, after he asks us why we're here and whatnot, I'm like, ask her. She is the one that brought us here. And
our friends
we have been trying to get out of here. We've been trying to get back to our world while trying to stay alive. But unfortunately, that has not happened because 3 of our friends are dead and their corpses are following us. And no, I do not want weed.
Our friends are dead. It's like, but I will take the weed, thank you. It's like, oh man, it's the good stuff. They call this stuff sparkling rocks. And I'm like, do you mean, like, pop rocks? It's like, oh yeah, that stuff, man, pop rocks. It's wicked. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Takes the weed.
And I'm like, no, Jamie, no!
Never had weed in my life, but I mean, heck, it's really cool. I can actually say Zeus gave me weed. That's not something everybody can say every day. But I don't actually smoke it. I'm just kind of holding it and just kind of smelling of it, so I don't actually ever smoke it because it's like rolled up. So cause I'm like, I'm not that stupid, not yet. And
it's like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank the gods that she doesn't smoke the weed. Because we need to be sober.
Just like, well, at this point in time, I'm pretty much like, if he can't help us, I'm gonna start smoking this weed and not be sober because this sucks. And not only that, the freaking ghosts of our friends are pretty much haunting us in the background. So we're asking him, it's like, ask Zeus, like, is there any way we can get home, man? Is there any way you can help us get home? And he's just like, oh, man, like, I guess I could ask somebody to help you guys get home if you're really having problems getting back. Like, how'd you even get here in the first place? And I'm just like, would it be a good idea to show the thing that got us here in the first place to a slightly high god who has numerous issues? And I look at you and I'm like, should we, or should we not? I don't think it's a good idea.
And I just shake my head, no. Just explain.
It's like, Zeus, sir, your almightiness, your godliness, your high off your freaking
majesty.
buttness, your oh so lovely kiteness, there was a thing, and I used the thing, and it got us from one world to another, and now our friends are dead, and we're just trying to get back to where we started in all of this. But not like where we started whenever we started traveling, because I don't want to have to deal with Cthulhu and a giant Arnold Schwarzenegger Godzilla hungry for cookies, because I don't want to go back to that. If anything, put us somewhere calmer. Like, we'll stay here in Olympus and eat lotus and be high for the rest of our lives, or at least I will. I'd be more than happy with that. Chicks everywhere. All the time. And I look down at the weed I've been smelling. I'm like, oh, this stuff is strong. I haven't even smoked it yet. I'm pretty sure at that point you probably take it out of my hands and like throw it off the edges of Olympus. Like, no. I'm like, aw. And like, okay, so Zeus sends. Is it Hermes that has like the shoes that he sends messages back and forth? Okay, so he sends Hermes to ask around to see if anybody knows or could help us, and until then we're pretty much lounging around in this kind of loungy-like area, half clouds, half silver, really cool temple-looking thing, and Zeus is over there like so high off the stuff he was smoking earlier he doesn't even realize we're here anymore. So, and I'm just thinking, man, that stuff's gotta be really strong to get a god that high. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't actually ever smoke that stuff. It might have killed me.
And I'm just patting your back like, you're welcome.
And I'm just like, well, I enjoyed it while it lasted. Okay, so we're lounging around, and,
Okay, we're lounging around, waiting for Hermes to get back and tell the High Zeus if he's heard of any way that we can get back to our home without actually telling him what exactly got us here. I don't know why, but I'm imagining Hermes coming back high as a kite because he was smelling
yeah,
all the weed that Zeus was smoking.
and he's there, like, he's going up and down, because even his flying shoes are kind of high, and he's just going up and down, like, and he's swerving, looking like he's, like, a drunk driver or something. And he comes back and he's just like, I told, he's just like, he realizes, and he's trying to straighten up, I told the several different people about your issue, and someone that says they can help is coming, but you might not want to talk to him. He's not, like, a part of our group, but, you know, he said he could help, and so I told him everything. He's a little aggressive, so you might want to be prepared for that. And I'm just over here like, so the person he told is not a part of this group of gods, and is extremely aggressive, and we should be prepared for him. Oh boy. I don't want to know. I don't want to know who it is. And you're over here like, this probably isn't going to be good. And the next thing we know, like, the doors are being, because there's apparently doors for some reason, being slammed open. And this guy comes in, walks in, and he's just like, who dares trespass in our world with no permit? And I'm like, oh boy, this is not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good at all. And we turn around, and there he is. And me and you just look at each other and like, oh my god, it's Lucifer! And we're both like, I am not high enough for this situation. And you're over here like, oh god, why? Of anybody, why? Why did it have to be him? And so you're just over here like, no! And I'm just over here like, no. It's actually,
like, no.
Like, we're both no, but you're scared no, and I'm angry no. Like, nope, you're not allowed to exist right now. This is not happening. And he's just like, okay, you guys aren't supposed to be. It's like, hold on. How dare you trespass in our world, heathens! I wouldn't.
It's not our choice that we are here.
Yeah, you're just like, we didn't mean to. And I'm over here like, just glaring at him like, you have any idea how haunted I am by a person that's very similar to? Because I'm still slightly high, just enough to be kind of fuzzy around the edges, but also still very emotional. And I'm just like, how dare you, sir, think that we did this on purpose? It's this stupid thing. And I'm like, I show him the thing, and he picks it up out of my hand, and I'm like, wait, no! And he just looks at it, and he's just like, oh, it's this thing. It's like,
what? Like, you
yeah, it's just like, oh, it was this thing. Like, you know, he's looking at it like it's familiar with him, and he's just like, well, it seems you've come across of something I accidentally dropped while traveling through, you know, different rifts in time and space. And he pockets it and is like, I apologize. I'm going to send you back to your world now. It's going to hurt a bit, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And then, you know, he freaking snaps his fingers and we're on fire. And, like, it hurts for a bit because we're on fire. And then the next thing we know, we're back sitting down in the theater, and we're both like, ah, ah, ah. And people turn around and look at us, because it's like we never even went anywhere, and our friends who are sitting where they were supposed to be, you know, they're not dead, and they look at us funny, and it's almost like nothing happened to them, like they completely forgot everything, and they're just sitting there okay, and me and you are just like, what? And we're looking at our friends, and we're patting our friends down like, you're alive? and me and you were just like, oh my god, we were on fire, and then you were dead, and we're so surprised, and it's like in the middle of the freaking theater while this terrible movie is playing behind us, and all of our friends look at each other and then look at us, and I can imagine it's either Ellie or Renegade or Electric Wolf, and like one of them is sniffing the air, and they look at us, it's like, are you high? Why do you smell like weed? It's like, what the heck did you guys do in the bathroom? And I'm just like, no, yes, no. Yes, I am slightly high. Yes, I smell like weed. No, I'm not. It didn't. Tell him. Look at you, like, tell him. It happened. And you're just...
I'm just like, okay, well, one, we did not smoke weed in the bathroom. Ellie was with us. We didn't know such thing.
And Ellie's just like, I didn't leave. I didn't go anywhere. So, like, we're in the same dimension, but one where it's been shifted, and we're the only ones that remember anything ever, so... Which sucks.
Okay, so then I suggest, okay guys, let's just leave the theater momentarily so I can explain to you what happened, so we don't disturb all the other moviegoers. And of course there's, like, some arguments like, we just got here!
It's like, we paid for our tickets already!
We're not leaving the theater, we're just, like, getting out of the movie, just sitting in the lobby.
And
that's
like,
all we're doing.
I can imagine
You just
all three of
walk
them
back in.
sighing, and like they get up, like shuffling in kind of. I'm trying to think of a word. Frustration,
Bummed
I guess. Oh, one of the two. And they get out, and we're all like standing in the hallway in front of the door that leads into the movie theater. And we tell them what happened, and they're just looking at us like we're crazy, and like, you know, all the three of them are just like, okay, we don't know what you guys are on or whatever, but none of that happened. You were sitting there with us the whole time, and then all of a sudden the two of you jumped up like you were on fire, and I can imagine the both of us at the same exact time saying, we were on fire! And they're like,
Lucifer
what?
set us on fire!
Lucifer set us on fire. Out of context, that sounds actually really bad. But, you know, the three of them just sigh and shake their head and go back into the theater, and we're both just standing there like, oh my god, and then all of a sudden, like, somebody taps both of our shoulders, and we're like, ah! And we jump and we turn around, and there's Lucifer, and he's just like, they don't remember what happened, because it didn't happen to them. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to correct everything that the two of you screwed up, and so I put you in a different world, where none of that ever actually happened, and made you replace two other yous. They no longer exist. And I'm just like, what? No. What?
And I'm just like, and why didn't you tell us before you sent us here?
And Lucifer's just like, well, I thought I could fix what the two of you screwed up, and you're just like, she did it! It's like, okay, what she screwed up. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to quite do it, so, in one world that no longer exists, you are in charge of three of your friends being murdered, and you leave a path of destruction and chaos in your wake through 3 different worlds. You're welcome. And I'm like, and then he disappears in a puff of, like, flames, and I'm like, we're welcome for what? And then me and you just, like, we turn to each other, we will never speak of this again. This did not happen. We're going to pretend like this never happened. Also, I'm still a little high. I have the munchies. I'm gonna go get some more snacks. And then I paid $100 for snacks at the theater because I had that bad munchies. The end.